Like this spot, right? What's up, y'all? Today I'm gonna give y'all my new updated pros and cons of owning an iguana in 2025. We'll get right into it. First thing, let's start with the pros. One of the main pros to me is iguanas are easy to feed. As you can see, they ain't nothing but greens, fruits, and vegetables. We'll get this down here and let Rocky get started. They ain't nothing but fruits and vegetables. So if you're one of them people who want an exotic animal, a reptile, but you're scared of bugs, mice, crickets, and all that, you can get an iguana. And they only eat leafy greens, fruits, and vegetables. That brings me into the second pro. Iguanas are cheap to take care of. As I say, they only eat mostly vegetables, fruits, and greens. So with Rocket and Astro, I maybe spend $100 a month on feeding them, and that's if I'm going like super hard. I use a wide variety. It's good to use a wide variety, but you don't have to, and your iguana will be perfectly fine. Another pro is iguanas are cool pets, and they're not that common. So when you get an iguana, you're gonna have something that's cool, and it's gonna grab a lot of attention because there's not a lot of them being kept as pets. Iguanas to make a comeback. They're very, very dope. People gonna love them, especially when they get big. They're gonna grab a lot of attention. Another thing with iguanas, they're very smart. Iguanas can be taught their name. They're very independent. Like Astro and Rocket, I could feed them outside their enclosure. They're gonna go in their enclosure on their own. They're gonna come out on their own and eat. Probably it's not a popular opinion that reptiles are actually smart, but trust me, iguanas are very smart. Another pro is iguanas don't have to frequent the vet a lot. Rocket in his whole life, I've only called a vet about him one time, and that's when he dislocated his jaw. But other than that, there's no vet bill. So that's another thing to keep in mind. They're very cheap as far as the taking care of their health. As long as you feed them right, got the enclosure set up, they're pretty good. I could go on and on about the pros, but we're gonna get into some of the cons. I don't want to make this video too lengthy. Off the bat, the first con I gotta say is, and this could also be a pro, depending on the person, but iguanas get very big and require a lot of space. To me, there's not a con, but to somebody starting out, you gotta know that you have to have area dedicated, or a large enclosure, or a room dedicated. Like I say, for me, it's not a con because I'm pretty good with my hands. I build my own enclosure, so that's something you want to keep in mind. Another con is iguanas can be very aggressive. Rocket is cool and calm and laid back, but a couple times a year he will go in the mating season and he'll become a different animal. Even with the females, some of the iguanas are very aggressive. So that's something you want to keep in mind too, that like if you a timid person, or you don't deal with animal aggression too good, iguanas probably don't be for you, because it will be a point in time your iguana get aggressive. And that brings me to another con. Iguanas can be dangerous outside of the aggression. Iguanas have Astro about to come into the frame. Like I was saying, iguanas have a lot of weaponry. Start off with the obvious, their claws. Iguana claws are razor sharp. You gotta keep them clipped, or they will scratch you up pretty good. And another one of their weapons that's hidden, a lot of people underestimate, is their strength. Iguanas are very strong, so even if the nails are cut, when they, scraping and scratching, trying to get away, their nails can still rip you up because they're so strong and have so much force behind them. The iguana's tail is a major weapon. If they hit you with the tail, it can do some damage. Rocket agreeing with that. Tails can do a lot of damage. And also a thing that a lot of people don't know on the tails, I made a video about it. These spikes right here on the tail, they're very sharp. So they can cut you. And last but not least about their weaponry, is their teeth. They have razor sharp teeth. They very small. I think they're retractable. Sometimes you see them, sometimes you don't. But trust me, if they bite you, an iguana bite, they'll definitely send you to the ER. You could lose a finger possibly. Most definitely probably will need stitches. So that's something you want to keep in mind too. And other than that, you know, there's probably some more cons I could dig for, but overall, in my opinion, there's more pros than cons. But always do your research. It's just my assessment of pros and cons. Another iguana owner might see some things different, so definitely do your research. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Leave us a comment. Follow us on our platforms. Peace.